Brumbies and Blues, and it's the Brumbies. 30 points to 27, folks. I really hate being a Blues fan sometimes because we are a team that can be up 27-18 with 10 minutes to go and lose. I saw it coming. I was sitting next to my mum, watching the game. We got to this lead, and I could just feel it in my bones. I've been here before as a Blues fan, and I know you've gotten my hopes up to the point where you're going to dash them, and they dashed them. I was pretty frustrated at the end of this game. Entertaining game. Some great tries. Great James Slipper, the Wallabies legend, with a hoof-long try-assist kick. Worth the price of admission in itself. Lead changes, drama at the death, like it's won in the last minute. It's won past the last minute. But I'm still frustrated as anything. The Blues. Boy, we're a annoying team. Very annoying. Brumbies are still undefeated. Our scrum was under the pump. Caleb Clark looked sharp. We didn't see out the game at the death. I'll go through some key events and stats, then I'm going to bed. Yeah. Brumbies open the scoring. James Slipper. Blues little grubber kick through doesn't really go anywhere. It hits some legs. James Slipper hoofs the ball long to some open space in the Blues backfield. Declan Meredith, try time Brumbies, 7 points to 0. How many tries in your life have you seen scored from a James Slipper hoof long? Virtually never, if ever. Worth the price of admission. I'm a Blues fan, even I could appreciate that try. That's something special. 7 points to 0. Blues, I felt like we blew a chance to score in reply from the maul, but it didn't really matter because Caleb Clark managed to get an intercept not long later anyway. Shut down a potentially promising Brumbies attack. Sapsford's pass ends up with Clark. Try time. Clark had a really good game. He goes off injured, but he was our most dangerous looking attacking weapon by quite some way. 7 points apiece. Brumbies retake the lead with a 3-pointer. It was the second penalty the Blues had given away. Like Brumbies took the first one from a tap. Second one was right in front, so they opted for the 3. 3 points is the difference in the game, so why not take it? And the Blues, we conceded too many penalties in this game. But yeah, we did get kind of bad to worse from a Blues perspective because our scrum was starting to get free kicked and penalised. From there, the Brumbies were able to get on the front foot. Van Neck, the big Brumbies prop, went close, but he was denied. The Brumbies had advantage anyway. They opt for touch. They're going for the jugular. The maul gets into action, and Billy Pollard peels off, excuse me, runs at a couple of the Blues backs. He's too powerful. It's a misconversion, but 15 points to 7. Suddenly the Brumbies are looking more like the Brumbies that flogged the Crusaders last week. But the Blues had a bit in them. It wasn't looking like much was going on. We kept going through all these bloody phases in the midfield, going absolutely nowhere. And then finally, Finlay Christie, who's going to come under some scrutiny, as he always does. He's one of those guys that people like to give a bit of grief. He puts in a pretty useful box kick, which ends in the Brumbies conceding a penalty, which the Blues duly slot. So 15-10. And then we double down as well. We go penalty try, just like the Brumbies did. Penalty and then try, not penalty try. When we got a big advantage line carry, AJ Lamb, he's the guy who finishes it off. So yeah, best advantage line carry we'd had in quite some time after going nowhere earlier. So 15 points apiece. Not too bad. But as I said, the Blues scrum is starting to look creaky. The restarts are definitely shaky from the Blues. We could not just get a clean exit half the time. The Brumbies breakdown was being targeted, particularly in the first half, and their line out was often not straight. And I feel like the Brumbies probably missed a couple more chances before half-time. They got an intercept of their own, but Toole had some traffic around him when he made the intercept, so he couldn't just put the afterburners on. He had to hoof it, which came to nothing. And then they kind of had a pass into touch. So, yeah, half-time. It's all even. The Blues have edged the possession and territory, had 4 line breaks to 1. But conceded 6 penalties to 4, and a couple of those are off for Tuangafasi. But we've missed only 4 tackles to the Brumbies 12, so I feel like the Blues are decent value for the tied score at half-time. barring the scrum under the pump and the restarts being not clean. Second half starts with another penalty to the Brumbies, and again it's scrum time to the point where Tuangafasi gets warned anymore and you're gone. So the Blues rather quickly subbed him. But yeah, 18 points to 15. The Brumbies slot the 3. And yeah, they had relentless pressure, which would have ended in a score if not for the TMO saying, no, Angus, there was a knock on in that one. Thank goodness they blew that one up, because me and my mum were screaming at the TV. Feeling very hard done by as Blues fans, of course. But the TMO came in and corrected it, because it was a rather egregious knock on, but that one was called. And then there's kind of a 14-point turnaround, I feel, because the Brumbies, again, hot on attack, trying to make the most of all this early second half pressure, end up passing it into touch. The Blues take the line out quickly down the right wing, I think it was Forbes, and then down the left wing, Clark is able to finish it off. So it's kind of a 14-point swing. Blues in front, 22-18. Brumbies did have an attack in retaliation, in response, after the Blues had kicked it dead, but yeah, they kind of missed that chance. And there was a number of missed chances for them, which I felt like was kind of keeping us in the game a little bit. And then we had a second chance of our own, 62 minutes. Cody Vice just come off the bench, big line break, busting tackles, and Dalton in his 100th game able to finish off a potentially match-winning try over in the right corner. 27 points to 18. And that's when the shadows of doubt start descending. I was hopeful at that time because we still had a bit of momentum, but it started to kind of push the other way. I could feel the game, even from my couch, slipping through the Blues' fingers. Perofeta gets a yellow card after the Blues go back-to-back penalties conceded, and Reimer gets one from close range. It's not converted, so it makes it 27-23. The Brumbies still need to score. And the Brumbies have still got some mistakes in them, like Edmed's long pass to Sapsford on the left wing ends up going into touch. And I'm still thinking, man, the Brumbies are blowing some chances. Maybe we're going to hang on. But no. We are trying, with a minute to go, well, actually 3 minutes to go, to run the clock down. Now, I'm a firm believer that the way the game is refereed these days, there's no way you can run the clock down for 3 minutes. Like the old days, you used to be able to just go close range phase, like pick and go or whatever, and you can run 3 minutes down. But that's not been the case for a long time. You are gonna get penalised. And when Finlay Christie kicked the ball, I honestly thought that's the right move, because we are gonna get pinged. And we regathered that damn ball, and I thought even more justified. But then from a phase or two later, we still conceded a penalty. And yeah, from that penalty, that gives the Brumbies one more chance. One more chance to get themselves back in front. They had a bunch of phases. They had advantage. They went close. The advantage was from Papali, a pretty egregious breakdown penalty. Dumb. Didn't need to do that. And yeah, Brumbies with the free play. From a metre out, Charlie Cale gets how many tries has he got? 5 now? So, yeah, 30 points to 27. The Brumbies win it as the clock is in the red. My frustration is real. Line breaks is 8-4 to the Blues. Turnovers won 7-4 to the Brumbies. They were certainly more effective at the breakdown, particularly in the second half. Defenders beaten 23-12 to the Blues. I think we were dangerous on attack when we could get the thing going. And the turnovers conceded 19-15. So I think the Brumbies were a little bit lacking the clinical edge. I feel like the main one, if you want to look at a stat, though, was the penalty count. 16-8 against the Blues. We were not on the right side of that one, and I feel like that's pretty costly. Likewise, the restart. We only gathered 71% of our restarts, so numerous balls were immediately putting us under pressure from scoring points. Position and territories, honestly, pretty even. Individuals, Papali'i still made 18 tackles. Cale also made 18. Clark, 4 line breaks. 6 defenders beaten 108 metres. Also got injured. We ended up with 2 halfbacks on the field in the end of this game because we ran out of backs. Robbie Valentini, 17 carries for the Brums. They are still undefeated this season. We've got the Crusaders next at Eden Park. I was all excited to take my kids to this game next weekend. We'll see. Have a drink and see how I'm feeling in a wee bit. The Brumbies have got the Reds, which will be an interesting one. I'm going to bed. Thanks for the game. You guys take care. I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.